Hey, good morning, guys. Two things about today is January 13th, and all of America on the right is complaining about freedom of speech being taken away from the President of the United States of America. Total BS. Two things. Twitter did not write the First Amendment. YouTube didn't write the First Amendment. These companies were not even around in the heads of the people that wrote the First Amendment regarding freedom of speech, which has to do with the relationship between citizens of this country and the government. Has nothing to do with anything else, right? Twitter, social media companies are private places that belong to someone that we use to interact with each other, right? And that's it. If they don't like what you're saying, or if they don't like your interaction, if your interaction with other people leads to harm that causes people to die, then they have the legal right to shut you down and block you from using their sites. It's that simple. It's the law, right? Second, the President of the United States has a press room in his house, in the White House. There's a press room in the White House right now. If Trump has anything significant to say, or anything of relevance to tell us or tell people, he could go right downstairs, make a phone call, tell people, come together, and he could put himself in every television, every radio, every phone on the planet in minutes, right? That's the power he has. He's the President of America, right? He's not a 16-year-old teenage girl in her mom's, in her parents' house that's trying to get on the Twitter. He's not a 16-year-old girl, all right? He's the President of the United States. If he wants to go on TV and address everyone on the planet, he could do that in less than a couple of minutes, right? Right, that's my son. So, cut the BS. Freedom of speech is not being taken away from anyone, right? It's not being promoted or decided by these social media companies, right? If I break the rules in someone else's space, I have the right. They have the right to kick me out of that space. Same with private clubs. Same with businesses. If you go into a business and you don't abide by their rules, they have a right to kick you out. It's their personal space. It's their business, right? If Twitter don't want me there, Twitter could kick me out. Twitter kicks people off of Twitter. People get banned from Twitter almost every day in the country. It's just embarrassing and a shame that the president has to get this ban. Our president, our leader, is such an idiot that he gets this ban, right? That's only happens to like people that are breaking the rules and spreading weird stuff on Twitter, right? Pornography. So the president, in a way, he's up there with people that spread child pornography online and all the stuff that gets you banned online, right? That's what we're dealing with. So it's not freedom of speech. It's about the president's behavior. Right? It has nothing to do with freedom of speech, right? If Twitter blocks me as a citizen, I could go outside my front door and yell to people walking by and they could still hear me. That's what freedom of speech is, right? It allows me to do that, right? It doesn't allow me to go on Twitter and say what I want to say. It allows me to go onto the public and say what I want to say. It allows me to criticize the government. It allows me to make this video right now criticizing the president without breaking any rules on YouTube or Twitter or Instagram, right? I'm not breaking any of their rules by criticizing the government, criticizing the president. Right? I'm not calling for violence. I'm not posting anything. I'm not posting any pornography. There's certain rules, right? Terms when you sign up with these sites, right? And if you don't break those rules, you're fine, right? But our president has been breaking these rules repeatedly, right? So think about that. It has nothing to do with freedom of speech. It has to do with the president's behavior, right? If you misbehave, you get punished. It's that simple. If you're white, black, whatever color you are, right? If you're law and order, the laws abide to everyone, right? But again, he's the president. If he has a problem with freedom of speech and he wants to say something significant, relevant, important, he go downstairs in his house, press room, and address everyone on the planet with a TV or a cell phone or radio, right? He has that power as president. So think about that, freedom of speech, BS.